My question is, when we are talking about this publicly, I mean, you know, if you're trying to explain a program like go to the chamber and sit with somebody and talk about it, we're going to need to emphasize that it has strict qualifications. It's not a, hey, come to the storehouse and talk about it. It has to be presented as a program with very clear limits that will be a resource for a limited bunch of people.
Right.
Okay.
And being, you know, qualifying, that's a big deal. I mean, you've got to be qualified for the program, and so it's like you say, even if you get through the first couple of questions, which are basic questions, and the answers are yes, 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 that doesn't mean you're going to qualify for the program. That means that we're going to then say, then come in the office, let's get the paperwork going. They'll come in, they'll bring in the paperwork, and they have to have, there's a list of paperwork, and we don't see them until they bring it in. If they bring in half of it today, we say, I'm sorry, if we cannot go one step further with you until you bring it in. And then we go through these different steps and see if they qualify. And again, the numbers right now are pretty great. So it's not that we're going to be able to help everybody that comes in either. So, you know, and if they don't qualify this month, they're welcome to apply next month, and they may qualify next month.
So they can reapply multiple times then. Okay.
Well, but the citizenship won't change next month.
Right. I mean, and that's cut out a few right there. No, that won't change. But you know, they have to meet HUD's definition of homelessness, and they have to meet HUD's definition of prevention. And that means that literally they've gotten eviction notices.
And the emphasis is HUD's definition, not necessarily the storehouse's definition.
And that's in this paperwork.
And that is one of the distinctions about this.
Right. There are a lot. This is just one area of growth. There is tremendous growth. So there are changes all the time because of it. And when the economy is bad and the general public needs us as much as they do, then we are going to be growing like crazy. To give you an update, because I think we talked about this before, most of you know about this, that we were in jeopardy of losing Keller Hicks's, that location, in August of 2010, which is less than a year. She has sent me and agreed to extend the lease until 2011, August of 2011. So she has agreed to do that. So we have another year there. So at this point, it's year by year. And then here, we've just extended the lease another year. So we're set as far as, well, I say we're set. It is, you know, right now we do need donations for these programs, but again, where we have really seen the economy hit us is in the individual donors. The summer months were very, very difficult with the lack of donations coming in, financial donations. And so what the run does is I positioned the dinner and the run event in times of the year that I knew we were just kind of coming out of a slow time. January and February are dead months for us as far as donations. So we have the dinner at the end of February. And then we go through in May until September is dead. Sometimes till October is dead. So we positioned the run in there. In years past, we've been fortunate that the run carried us from September till Christmas hit. This year we were not fortunate enough to have that happen. It bailed us. And it caught us up financially.
Oh,
Not all the way even. It was a bigger event, but it had to go back the summer months when we were so quiet. So, and then, believe me, the staff is hearing, we're pushing. I have had to cut staff back in some areas. I hope to not have to do that anymore, but again, it will depend on what these holidays are like. We're not sure yet if the donors will still be like they have been in the past or better, or if they'll still be holding on to their money.
Would it be helpful to have a summer event? Something in July?
It probably would be. The board of directors says, and the staff is mixed, that the problem there is the manpower. And we've really gotten a lot of extremely talented volunteers to step up and help us with the run and help us with the dinner. But the bottom line is it still falls in the lap of the staff. And so really and truly, and I've taken one other idea to them that they're considering, but they turn to me and say, how are you going to do it? So what we need to encourage is awareness of who we are and what we're doing and the need for those donations. So he's really being good. Yeah, he's really being good. Anyway, and we're not, even sales in our resale stores have come down, but we're not alone. We're networking, and that's just what's happened. That's some of the things that are happening. And then the media is shooting that resale is up, and it is in some parts of the country, but it isn't quite like they're stating it is. Okay.
Are people getting the word that the Hope's Closet is open now? Because I've been passing out flyers.
They're getting the word. It's been a slow transition, but again, and the staff is working really hard. We've actually opened a store at this location. It's in the back, a resale shop, and right now it's primarily for the people that are coming through. But what will happen is they'll come through and we give them whatever they need, and then later they may mention it to a neighbor or somebody, so we're seeing a little bit of sales. I haven't gotten out to publicize it in the outside world, because then it puts us into, I have to go before the city of Roanoke, I have to get all the permits, all this stuff. So I'm holding off on that right now.
Part of what we need to continue to say that we need is we need donations of food, we need donations of toys, those things.
And we do, Glenella. It's hard to pay rent with cans of food.
I know, but that's a part of it.
It's a part of it. It is. But we need to talk about everything.
Of course.
Right.
But I didn't hear that mention of it, and these ongoing people that have been depending and coming week after food still need people to give it.
And we've been blessed in being able to write the grants to get more and more food in.
Good. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. There's always a need for food, and there's always a need for donations for the resale shops, those types of things. There's always a need for the holiday programs. And there is, in addition, there's always a need for funding to cover the expenses.